Hello guys, how are you doing? Okay, let me
All good, man.
mute.
Good to be
Awesome,
here.
good. What's up, guys? Hope you all had a good weekend. My name is Will. So I'm the ambassador manager of KCC. So it's my honor and privilege to host the live panel today. And for today, we are excited because we have invited three GameFi projects and GameFi slash Metaverse. In fact, that applied for the KCC Nuclear contest. These three projects got the most votes last week from the community voting session. So that's why we have them here today. Personally, I'm a video game person. I mean, I play a lot of games. I'm addicted to League of Legends. I used to play Overwatch and hit Grandmaster. I know I should not be proud of that, but yeah, I also played other games such as PUBG and Call of Duty. Yeah, I won't give you the whole list, but I just want to say that I'm very excited about today's topic. But before I move on to bring up this speaker, I just want to play a short clip about the unicorn contest that we have right now, just in case some of the audience may not know about the contest before. All right, here we go. All right, welcome back. Very cool video. As you can see, it's one of the major event hosted by the KuCoin and also the KuCoin community chain. We are aiming to explore more, elite projects to build on KCC. And in fact, the registration and the application period is about to end in April 17th. So if you are a project owner or if you have some projects or you know some projects that may be interested to, apply for the contest, make sure having them fill the application form before April 17th. Okay. Now, for now, I'm gonna pass the mic to Leon, the co-founder and the head operations of BD Hotel, and he's very experienced in marketing and business development. Prior to BD Hotel, he has grown multiple brands that was 7 figures. And so, please, Leon, unmute yourself and take it over and introduce yourself.
Hey guys, glad to be here. I'm Leon, one of the founders indeed, and the COO of Bit Hotel. We've been working on this project called Bit Hotel for almost a year now, and are very close to game release. I'm sure we'll talk more about it, in this live stream. But happy to be here and looking forward to showing you more on what we built and what we've accomplished so far.
All right, cool. Thank you, Leon, for the amazing introduction. Then I want to bring up another gentleman, Chris from Sky Meta. So Chris is actually the co-founder of Sky Meta. He has more than 10 years entrepreneur experience before, and he had been in the crypto space since 2017. So he likes games just like I do. That's why he, started the Sky Meta and this project. I'm sure he will have a lot of things to share today. And Chris, please go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi everyone, and thanks Will for the intro. As mentioned, I've been a huge gamer my whole life, and have also been interested in crypto since I first started investing in it in 2017. It's super exciting to be able to make GameFi more accessible to everyone, and honestly, it's my dream to make it so that GameFi can allow people to play video games and make money while doing it. So super excited to share with you what we're planning to do later today.
Cool, a huge version, and I love it. Now let's move on to Gilgamesh. I hope I pronounced the name right because it's kind of hard for me. I'm not a native speaker. Not a English speaker natively. So, Gilgamesh, he is actually the co-founder of the uh, s- actually the co-founder of the Heroes Val, right? And he has a rich experience in software development before, and now he saw the opportunity in Web3 and the gaming industry. So he is really excited to combine these two and bring more possibility to all the gamers around the world. So I don't want to take too much time with him. Please go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Will, for having me here today. I'm so excited. I really love KCC community, and I am a backend developer. I went into Web3 and crypto in 2021 at the beginning because, most people think that NFTs and crypto is the future, but I actually believe it is the present, man. Like, just society didn't realize it yet, right? We are already here. Like, this is the present, dude. So we all want to be inside this, right? GameFi is gonna be huge, and I'm gonna bring Heroes Veil to the top as the best as I can. Thank you.
Thank you for the amazing introduction. Now, before we move on to the next part, which is the presentation, I just want to give you guys a quick tour of the live stream we're gonna have today. For the next part, we're gonna have a quick presentation for each project, and the speaker is gonna present their projects individually. Then during the presentation, we'll have multiple rounds of giveaways. So please stay with us, until the very end. And after the presentation part, we will move on to the Q&A session. So if you have questions during the presentation, make sure you write it down somewhere and wait for the Q&A. Okay? If your questions get picked by the speakers, you will get rewarded for that. All right. That's the rules for today's live stream. Now let's move on to the first speaker of today, which is Leon. Leon, please go ahead and share your project with us.
Yeah, gladly. If you can allow me, I'll share my screen. Let me know when you can see it.
I think you are
Still
good to
there?
go now.
Yep, perfect. So what we're building is this very open-ended ecosystem, similar to how a Decentraland or the sandbox is structured, wherein players can have these in-game identities, have this social second life in a sense with text-based and voice-based chat. All this in an isometric type of game with this old flash game 8-bit look and feel. Not only can players converse, they can also compete in all types of mini games that will be on rotation every week, connected to some leaderboards as well. So if we zoom out a bit, I show you some of the leaderboard systems that we're currently building. We're already partnered with a bunch of guilds to bring on board a lot of scholars, as well as a lively community of competitive people to partake in this ecosystem and compete for tokens. Yeah, all the assets in the game, including characters, rooms, etc., they're all owned by the players. So if you go over to our white paper, we have different asset classes. We have, of course, the rooms that are already available on our website. We have all kinds of fun characters, as well as furniture that can be used in the game to compete against each other, play little mini games, but also can act as a scarce and rare resource that you can trade and acquire, because all of this will of course be limited and will all be made in the form of NFTs on the Binance Smart Chain at first, but we're already looking to go cross chain. Our game will be browser and mobile compatible, and all the assets will be tradable on different second-hand marketplaces. Binance is one of them, but we also have one recently released on our own website. Already mentioned the leaderboards. There will be a lot of in-game events as well that we'll host. This can be seen as NFT auctions, but also music events that can be hosted by the players or us, AMAs by community leaders, etc. yeah, there are different types of rooms with different sizes and different allowances for how many guests you can have over. We want the community to be able to influence everything that we do as the development team behind the game. So if they like certain mini games but don't like others, we'll make more of what they like, and they can vote on all that in our governance system that we're building and will be released later this year. There's also a lot of ways for players to sell things inside of the metaverse. We'll allow direct linking to websites outside of the game for players to take a look if people want to advertise their stuff. There will also be an metaverse launchpad that will be the first of its kind, allowing players to walk over to a certain part of the hotel and actually pledge based on how far they are progressed in the game. They can pledge more towards projects that's totally unrelated to us that we just help launch. Currently, we're over 300,000 hotel guests strong, so our community is quite well developed cross-channel. I think that's more or less the rundown of us. If you want to see more or browse around a little bit, just go to bithotel.io. You can even see our hotel if it loads. Probably because I'm streaming right now, that it takes quite a bit of bandwidth. But yeah, there's a really cool overview of the Bit Hotel on our website. You can browse through the marketplace. Already quite a bit of tech is already finished. Curious to hear your questions, and that's it for me.
Great. Thank you for sharing. Actually, I just want to say that I like the graphic style of your project a lot. That just reminds me those Leo games I used to play when I was a kid. So a lot of memory just flow out and everything. Yeah, very cool. Thank you. Now we're gonna do a quick giveaway for all the Beat Hotel supporter. What I'm going to do is I will review a raffle phrase, and all the viewers, what you need to do is type that phrase in the comment section, right? And Leon will help me to count down 3, 2, 1, and stop. So some of our guy will take a snapshot of the comment section. Whoever appears on to be the first one appears on the screenshot, they will be the winner, and they will get $100 of KCS. So get ready, guys. The first phrase for today is gonna be "Beat Hotel, the best hotel." All right. I want to see you guys typing that on the screen right now and let the chat flow. Let me see that chat flow. Cool. I saw somebody typing that right now. Okay. How about Chris? Leon, can you help me to count down 3, 2, 1, and stop?
Yeah, sure. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, start.
Okay, cool. I think our guy got it. Awesome. Thank you, Leon, for the amazing sharing. And now let's move on to Chris from Sky Meta. Let me bring Chris up. Hello, Chris,
Hey,
and please go ahead and introduce your project to us.
yeah. Is the slides? Okay, there we go. Yeah, hi everyone. So for those who just joined, I'm Chris, one of the co-founders of Sky Meta, and I just want to welcome all the listeners tuning in today and to thank you guys for your time. So yeah, we've been in operation since May of 2021. We bootstrapped ourselves the whole way and built our guild to 700 scholars. And from there, we've been using our scholars to test the tech we're building. Our primary goal has been to build up not just a guild management platform, but also a lot of tools we believe will be essential to help accelerate GameFi adoption. So I want to take a minute to introduce our core team. So the 3 co-founders of our project are myself, Alex, and Chanute. The 3 of us are all passionate gamers that were drawn in by the opportunity that play-to-earn gaming could bring to everyone. And we want to combine what we've learned running a guild with our years of entrepreneurial experience to create tools that will make GameFi more accessible to everyone. Michael Reed, our CTO, is a Silicon Valley veteran and has decades of experience in creating disruptive technology and global distributed platforms. Having him on board has been instrumental to help us building the team that we need to successfully create and scale everything that we plan to accomplish. So we titled our presentation Pioneering Guild 2.0, and we believe that the tools we're creating is building the foundation for the next iteration of guilds. And for us, a guild can mean just a person with just 1 to 2 NFTs, or a large guild like Y2G. But at the end of the day, we aim to build all the tools necessary to run a successful guild. From my own past experience, and in speaking with other games and guilds, we've identified a number of challenges that is slowing GameFi adoption, or that we feel is slowing GameFi adoption. First of all, is really finding the right players, the right scholars, and training them. And secondly, how do you scale and manage operations efficiently as a guild grows? Thirdly, how do you deploy resources across the plethora of GameFi games launching and being able to track the value of your NFTs? And lastly, from a game side, how do you provide the features that guilds and investors need to deploy scholars securely? So we think what makes our GameFi project unique is that we're looking to address some of the issues with GameFi with a more holistic approach based on our own journey thus far. So really, how can we build on top of being a guild giving scholarships to make it so that more and more people are comfortable making the jump into GameFi? So, we have 3 core components that we'd like to share today and that we're building to achieve this goal of making GameFi more accessible. And we know these components will be necessary to bring about wider GameFi adoption. And we believe by the end of our presentation, you'll understand how each of these parts fit in to help us achieve this. Firstly, we have our guild management platform, which will automate payments based on performance as opposed to a flat rate percentage, rewarding scholars that do well, while also encouraging those that might not play as well to keep improving. We also have our build to earn system that gives scholars a sense of ownership in building the guild because they earn a continual referral fee from the good scholars they bring in. Secondly, we have our NFT management SDK, which is a solution that will help bridge the gap between games and NFT owners, whether that be guilds or NFT investors. And I'll explain that a little bit shortly. And last but not least is the Nft Oracle we're building, which I'll also elaborate upon later on. At the end of the day, our proposition is simple, really to help people scale, build, and manage GameFi NFTs more efficiently. So the goal of making GameFi more accessible to everyone, the first part in this journey is really to make it easier for NFT owners to manage and delegate their NFTs, which is how our NFT management SDK ties in. Over the last few months, we've noticed a common theme among the games we've spoken to. They want to have the scholarship model and they want to attract guilds, but they don't know how or don't have the time to build out those features. And as a lot of you guys follow GameFi projects, you'll know that not many games have ways to delegate or rent out NFTs yet. So we realize there's a very apparent need for someone to enter the space and provide games with this SDK so that they can have scholarships and NFT delegation integrated into their games right from the start. And we are developing this. So right now, we have 2 game studios signed up to utilize our SDK. Those are Dragon Crypto Gaming and Creo Engine, and 1 game, Heroes of NFT as well. And we're actually in discussion with over 10 games to sign on. So the 3 main goals, of our SDK really is to help play-to-earn games accelerate their development, provide a standard approach to scholar management and NFT delegation, and lastly, to allow deeper integration with our guild platform to provide the best product possible. So with the NFT SDK helping games go to market faster with the NFT delegation and making it easier for people to enter the GameFi space, our next step in this journey is to make it easier for people to learn about different GameFi projects and value their GameFi NFTs as a portfolio. And that's where our Nft Oracle and research platform comes into play. From our experience, we've realized it's critical to identify which NFTs are to invest in, and really to also identify trends in each game. So by applying machine learning to create accurate pricing models for various GameFi NFT assets, users will be able to find underpriced NFTs and also value the portfolio based on the value of each NFT, as opposed to using a floor price. So imagine if you're a guild with multiple wallets and a bunch of NFTs. In the future, our goal is for you to be able to connect your wallets to our platform and be able to see a dashboard where all the prices of your NFTs and to see how many you have in each game and the value of those. So our first Nft Oracle for Sideball will be launched at the end of April. The platform utilizing our Oracle will also be offering research that will help guide individuals and guilds on identifying potentially good investments based on a number of criteria that we look at as a guild as well. So I've already gone over the platform earlier, but here are some of the screenshots of what we have right now. So our platform has been running for 3 months, and we're looking at making it multi-guild by the end of April, and we have a number of guilds already signed on waiting to use it. Our platform will help guilds with finding scholars and recruitment, and will help make automating guild operations such as payments and training. The idea is to make things as efficient as possible to allow people to scale faster. And you see here as well, like our Scholar platform portal, where scholars can log in to see stats about themselves. And the next thing is really community. As you guys know, the key to any project success is of course, having a community to support that. In terms of our project, one important aspect is having a constant stream of scholars that other guilds can also tap into. So I'll touch upon a bit how we plan to do this. We plan to incorporate offline marketing into our strategy by working with community partners locally to recruit. And the idea behind this is to really spread knowledge about GameFi to second and third tier cities in Southeast Asia, where this extra income could really have a huge impact. We'll also continue to build our online trading school. And as we mentioned earlier, the build to earn feature of our platform, we want that to be something that scholars want the guild they are part of to use. And we want to use that to also raise awareness of our platform to other guilds. We are going to be building a full service platform that scales easily. And we hope with our tools, investors, and guilds, we'll be able to navigate the GameFi ecosystem easier. So yeah, I just want to go over the roadmap quickly, to give everyone here an idea of what we're excited to be building and what we're planning and when we're planning to deliver it by. So some of the main highlights are, we plan to release our guild platform for multi-guild use by the end of this month and begin onboarding some of the guilds that have already signed on to give us valuable feedback. Our token launch will be at the end of June on Ava launch. The SDK beta will be in the next 2 months. We'll be launching with the first few games that I mentioned earlier. The launch of our research platform will be in Q3, and our token and NFT launchpad will be by the end of Q4. All the things we're building will require our Sky Meta tokens to gain access to and will drive demand for our token. So yeah, how can KCC users participate in our project? Well, Sky Meta will be a cross-chain project. So if you're a game project launching on KCC watching this, and you want to have NFT rental and delegation features built into your game, please reach out to us, and we'd love to help you with that. If any of the listeners here today are already running guilds or thinking of starting one, we would love to have you guys sign up to be a platform user so we can get valuable feedback from you guys. And we would love to have you guys support our project. And if you guys would like to participate in our project via our token, we are planning to launch on Ava launch, as mentioned earlier, in Q2 of this year. And most importantly of all, we look forward to adding support for games that launch on KCC across our ecosystem. And we look forward to building for them. So yeah, in closing, we hope to make GameFi something that everyone can participate in and remove a lot of the barriers and headaches that people might currently be experiencing. And we hope what we're building will encourage all of you to participate in this exciting segment of the crypto world. So just to wrap up, please follow our socials and join our Discord or Telegram channel to keep updated on everything that we're building. And lastly, we have a Gleam campaign giveaway that just started today, and the details are on our Twitter. Thank you again, everyone, for your time.
Wow, amazing. Thank you, Chris, for sharing. And I can't wait to try out your product, the NFT platform, and the tool you mentioned just sounds very useful for me as a user. Also, for somebody who trying to become scholar, it will be very helpful. Yeah, very cool project.
Yeah,
and I think
to have scholars join our ecosystem and have guilds join, and also to be helping games as well.
Yeah, and I think probably Leon and Gilgamesh may want to know more about your product. I don't know. Maybe they can contact you later. And for now, let's do another giveaway for the Sky Meta supporter. And so, Chris, if you can, I'll review the phrase right now. It's gonna be Sky Meta True Meta. Okay. So please type that into the comment section, and Chris, please help me to count down 3, 2, 1, and stop. One of our guys will take a screenshot.
Okay, sure. Starting now.
Let me see. Yeah,
Okay.
I already saw people typing that. Okay.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, stop.
Cool. I think we got it. Nice. Thank you again, Chris. Now let's move on to Gilgamesh. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Please go ahead and share your project.
Okay. So, do you guys see the screen?
Yep.
I suppose so. All right, so Heroes Veil. What is Heroes Veil? So we are building a next-gen GameFi ecosystem. because Heroes Vale aims to be a full-on GameFi ecosystem, not just a game, not just a DeFi product, but both. So what's the problem? I'm here today to expose you a problem in the current GameFi ecosystems on blockchain, I think, because you see, a lot of games, actually the majority of blockchain games are just an investment vehicle in disguise. They're not actual games. And we beg to differ. Why is this a problem? Let's talk about it. All those games are going to collapse at the very first hint of a slightly bearish period in the crypto market. Well, what is the culprit, you may ask? Right? Well, the reality is that most play-to-earn games have just an unsustainable long-term economy because they try to print money out of thin air, right? They kind of resemble a pyramid scheme if you think about it, because the more people come in, the more money is there to reward other players. But in crypto market, in a bearish crypto market, what happens is that people FUD, right? So they start to sell and everything collapses down. So the dual token economy model was born, probably introduced, I think, by Axie Infinity for the first game, I think. What is this? Well, the main token is used for governance and utility, while the second one has an unlimited supply and powers the in-game economy. This is actually a great idea because then you can, decouple the main economy from the secondary market, right? So you have your secondary in-game currency market that does not have any impact on the first one. But this just delays the problem. Did it work? Well, unfortunately, the dual token model dream was killed by bots and multi-account farmers because they come, they grind, and they dump. And if you go and see the charts of all these games, it's true, right? Like their first main token goes up and up, but the actual in-game token, which is used to reward people, goes down and down. And it's difficult to strike a balance. And yes, you could argue that Axie Infinity right now is in a kind of, maybe a bit sustainable spot. But this is just like the very top one game in the whole crypto world, right? This is just like 99.9% of the rest of the games is not at that level. So they cannot just sustain this by using only a dual token model. So what can we do? We can reward players based on skill and not just on participation, right? Which is great. But our solution applies in order to tweak on top of these economy models. Because if you just reward people for skill, then you are cutting out a whole lot of the user base, which is the more casual people and players, which usually in most games, at least Web2 games, is a big portion of the game user base. So how can we implement this, right? How can we implement a tweak on top of the dual token model and the skill-based reward to make this all sustainable? Well, by splitting GameFi into its two core aspects, DeFi and the actual game. This is what Heroes Vale aims to do. We know that we need investors, we need DeFi degens. We all love you guys, DeFi degens out there. I know I am one, but I know I'm also a gamer, right? So I love both. I love playing the game, I love investing. But maybe some people just love to play the game. Some other people just love to invest. So what we do is we give people the opportunity to invest in the DeFi ecosystem, and they will be able to own the NFTs and the in-game token. And those NFTs can be rented by players, right? And players can play the game. So this should be something that pleases both sides of the spectrum. So now let's move on to the game. Our core game will be a turn-based RPG with some trading game elements, trading card game elements on top of it, right? So we are still in the early phases, but I can tell you that the combat system kind of looks like Pokemon. Just, a bit dumbed down, and a bit smarten up, because we needed to make it more appealing to competitive players, because we actually are aiming to build a competitive community for players to earn based on their skill, not just on participation. So here a little preview of one of our heroes. I cannot show you all of the heroes that came out until now because we don't have much time. But yeah, if you head over to our chats or heroesvale.com, you can see everything about us, the roadmap, and you can join our social. I will be happy to connect with the community if you have any question or anything like that. And so the actual in-game UI is being worked on this very day, actually, by our amazing co-founder, digital artist lead. But I can show you a really early preview of the in-game UI. This is it. So basically, it resembles kind of a game board from a trading card game. And the idea is that there will be heroes, which are NFT cards that can be used in the game to play. And there are other cards which are equipment or spell cards, think like Magic. But the actual game combat is turn-based, and it will be like Pokemon. So the heroes will use skills and moves to combat against one another. And lastly, we are going to launch in the future our OG Hero Badge NFT collection, which is a way to fund our project for the early development costs and to accelerate the development overall. And it will act as a pass, as a game pass, akin to a founder pack that you have in the usual Web2 games. Because if you hold one of our OG Hero badges, you get a whole lot of benefits like OG Hero disco rolls, whitelist spots for when the token sale will be live, and also you will be able to participate in alpha and beta playtests exclusively. So let's talk about a bit about the vision for the future. Our end goal is actually to implement a free-to-play model and to build a competitive esports scene and expand our game modes repertoire. So at first, our first game mode will be a PvE. So basically, the players will grind against the AI of the game, and they will level up their NFT hero so that they can get stronger and stronger. So then they can compete in PvE and earn rewards for the end of the seasons and in tournaments. So this is all of our vision for the game and the future. And yeah, if you want to know more about us, if you want to connect, just go over at heroesvale.com. You will find all of the links there and also more thorough information about the project. So thank you for having me, guys. And if you have any question, let me know in the chat.
Good stuff. Yeah, I have to say that's pretty amazing of your sharing. In fact, I just read an article yesterday and a couple of days ago about the current pain point of GameFi projects. Just like you mentioned, the play to earn model is not attracting the real game player, not
Yes.
attracting the real users. They are attracting the short term profit chaser, and that's not the healthy for the game itself. And in order to, I mean, don't quote from me, bro. I read it somewhere. Okay,
Yeah, no.
In order to grow your user base into, like, let's say 7 figure, you have to, be free and be fun and everything. I think you just, meet that all those requirements. That's good. So now let's do another giveaway for Heroes Bell's supporter, and the phrase is gonna be Heroes Bell, good as hell. Yeah, I came up with that. Now, Gilgamesh, please come down three. Let's wait a minute. Let's see the chat flow first.
All right.
Guys, please type the phrase right now in order to get a draw. We are giving away $100 for a lucky member. Okay. Okay, I see the chat flow now. Gilgamesh, please help us to count down 3, 2, 1, and stop.
3, 2, 1, and stop.
Good. I think we got it. Awesome.
Perfect.
Thank you guys for sharing. Now I'm going to bring up Leon and Chris again. So let's do a quick Q&A. And just in case some of you like forgot the order, Leon has shared has shared his project of Beat Hotel, and Chris has shared a project regarding the Sky Meta. So during the process, if you have any question, please drop that question in the comment section right now. Okay, and these three amazing speakers will pick. Each of them will pick two questions from the comment section, and if your question get picked, you will get awarded for $50. All right. So please drop your question now. And I see Chris has already got one. So Chris, how about you can start first? Unmute yourself.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah. So one of the viewers asked, how does Sky Meta see the future of gaming and the industry shifting? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we think GameFi will evolve drastically over time, and we're already seeing this. You can see that games have shifted from simple click and earn type play to earn games to play and earn games. Focus around having fun. And so we've been speaking to a lot of different games and game developers, and we're super excited about what's in the pipeline for that. But it's because we believe this is how the industry will be going moving forward that we really believe having proper NFT management features integrated into a game is such an important thing. So that even if you're an NFT buyer and for example, and you don't really want to play it, but you want to give it to someone to play, we want to allow it so that games will have all the full features to allow NFT owners to do that, to delegate it to someone to play. Yeah, and I'd like to add as well too, one quick thing is that we believe that as games shift to become more item-based, earning loot and selling that, it will be even more important to have a product like our Nft Oracle, to guide people on what prices to sell the items they get at, and to use our platform to manage it all.
Right, 100%. How about let's move on to Gilgamesh? I saw you also picked one.
Yeah. So the question is, what is the ultimate vision of Heroes Fail within the cryptocurrency market with this platform? So our ultimate vision is, as I said earlier, it is to bring more gamers to the blockchain, right? And on one hand, I realize that it's still a bit early because you have some games trying to do this already, which is like, for example, Gods Unchained, which is huge because they really, really decouple the GameFi blockchain aspects from the actual game, because you can really play the game without not knowing anything about the blockchain, right? So that's our ultimate goal too. But what they showed us, I think, is that it's still a bit early because 90% of the people in the blockchain space in GameFi are here for the money still, right? It's like 90% the money and 10% the game. And I expect in the future for this to shift a bit like this, right? So it's probably going to be 50-50 at some point. But, we have to get there gradually. So that's the end goal. But, it takes time.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Yeah, I saw you also picked another one. I will show it on the chat. You can go ahead and answer that one as well.
Okay, so the other question is, how many types of rarity your heroes have, and how can I get the higher rarity? So the minting process will be some randomly generated stats for the heroes. There will be multiple, let's say, rarity tiers. Actually, the heroes have a intrinsic set of stats that will be generated randomly using VRF on chain VRF, which is probably the most fair way to do so. And the overall sum of all the intrinsic hidden stats that are done to the base stats of the heroes will make up for the rarity, right? So you can think of this a little bit about Pokemon if you are familiar with the game. Like Pokemon have IVs, which are, like internal values, I think they're called. And when you catch the Pokemon, the Pokemon has those values, right? if those values are higher, they are more valuable, they're more rare. Heroes in Heroes Vale are the same. When you meet them, you can get lucky and have a rarer hero. But there will be also some ways to upgrade and reroll the stats, so you can increase the rarity of the hero.
Okay, so a growth system as well. So the AMT trials is not set the whole process. It will grow gradually, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, awesome.
But just one more thing, like the details, the nitty-gritty details, the real numbers about the rarity tiers are not out yet, because I'm still testing the whole economy using some simulators, some new tools that some crypto businesses, I don't know if you guys know, for the GameFi projects out there, machination.io. It's a great tool if you want to model an economy and simulate it for the future. It's just a shout out to them because they let me so much.
Cool, thank you, thank you. And now let's move on to Leon. Leon, you have picked one.
Yeah, correct. I did. Yeah. So how will BitHotel's currency and economy system work, and how will it function? Long term. Yeah, I think this is an interesting point because most ecosystems have this inflationary set of rules baked into their economy, right? Like Axie Infinity's SLP token. The more players earn that token, the more will come into supply, and the more will be sold if there's not ample burn mechanisms in the game itself. So yeah, we have studied all these systems and made sure that we came up with an economy that also has a fair amount of use cases for the in-game tokens, to really leverage up and progress through the game. That will make selling short term not as worthwhile, and that will really feel like a fair progression for players as well. That's fun and not attracting only short term investors. That's also why we are building all these social features in the game. Right, game should be fun first and make money second. If you invest a lot of time and get skilled as well. So we're also putting in all types of ways to prevent bots, as they will not aid in the long term for sure. So we did opt for a 2-token system, wherein there's one token that lives mostly in game, similar to Axie's SLP token in a sense, and then there's a token that lives more outside. It's also used in governance. Is used on our NFT marketplace as well. You can read more on this on our Medium if you really want all the details. But yeah, I think this gives you a brief rundown.
Awesome, cool. What about Chris? Do you have your second pick? Or
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, awesome. I'll bring.
Yeah, so I think JP asked, guild projects are more dependent on other blockchain games, and so his question was how does Sky Meta, grow our project individually? So yeah, that's a really good question. So, I mean, as you guys know, right now, guild projects, a lot of them are dependent on having really good games to invest in, especially from the investment perspective. So I think while as a guild we still do that as well, the other really important thing is to bring more of these type of games to the market, right? I mean, right now there are a lot of games. They're really great. They have really great gameplay. But if you ask them maybe like how they want to let users manage NFTs that they buy, to delegate them or loan them to scholars to play, they're still not really sure on how to do that. So what we want to really do, and to help the GameFi ecosystem, is really to provide that toolkit, that solution for games to use, so that there's more games for people to choose from. And there's better games, that have these features coming in, so that people can, enjoy these games as well. And so really it's about like growing that ecosystem, as I mentioned earlier. So, once, you have a bunch of games to choose from, then you're going to need a way to also manage them on a platform, to manage the different players that you have, or even if you're playing it yourself, for you to manage your NFTs by yourself. So that's sort of where the platform side of that comes in. And, anyone can log in and use our platform. As long as it's a game that we support, and in the future we honestly hope to support as many as possible. You can plug into our platform, begin managing people, and the idea is really just to make it as easy as possible, so that if you have a lot of NFTs, it becomes a smoother and more efficient process for you to manage them. And so, so from the NFT Oracle side, it's really to help you value that portfolio, and also to get access to like analytical tools around that. So if you want to set alerts for specific types of NFTs, if you want to understand, who are the large holders in the game's NFTs, how the prices are moving. So these are things that we'll also have available to to our users as well in the future.
Cool. Thank you, Grace. Now let me bring back Leon because he just has his second pick.
Yes. So this question is about driving adoption for a game. I think a lot of people underestimate what it takes to have good adoption in a game. Not only do you need this viral loop effect in the game, or in players refer the game to others because it's so much fun, or they can acquire some benefit by referring others. I think that helps a lot. Just word of mouth in general and incentivizing that. So first of all, the game must be a lot of fun, of course. That drives that for sure. But secondly, I do think there's also a monetary investment that has to be made in order to get as many eyeballs on the game as possible. So this can include partnering with streamers, or running ads in apps or on the web on different places. Social media is a great place for that as well. So we're taking all that into account, partnering with some experienced ad buyers in this space to make sure we can get the user acquisition cost as low as possible and make the game as fun as possible, so that at a certain point, the game will promote itself. So that's how we think about it.
Yeah, I like the idea of the game, promote itself. Yeah, very cool. I think we have finished all the questions, and I have to say some user may ask very good question. And before we move on to the final giveaway, I just want to give guys a quick shout out and thank you guys for sharing. And now we're gonna give a chance for all the project owners. I mean, the speakers today, a chance to share the one thing they have been doing recently, or one news about their project. So how about we can start from Leon? Please share one thing that some of us can be participating for now or recently.
Yeah, I'll start. So our game beta is actually just around the corner. At the end of this month or early May, we'll drop the beta on our socials, how you can participate. So definitely make sure to check us out on Twitter at PlayBitHotel, or just at bithotel.io to find all the original, legit social channels. And yeah, we hope to see you on the other side. See you in the metaverse.
Awesome. So the beta version is almost ready.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool. Now let's move on to Chris. Chris, do you have anything to share with us?
No, I mean, thanks again for everyone for tuning in today. We're super excited to be doing this project and building these things out. Stay tuned on social media. We'll be announcing a bunch of things that we're working on, and we'll have way more articles explaining everything, because I know we didn't have enough time to go through everything today. As I mentioned earlier, follow us on Twitter, join our Discord channel, and join our Gleam campaign. We love to raise awareness of our project. Thanks again, everyone.
Thank you. And now, Gilgamesh.
Yeah. Our NFT collection launch, the OG Hero Badge launch, is just around the corner. And if you guys want to support our project and know more about it, you can just tune in our social media, and also you can support us by minting one of our badge NFTs, which will bring you a lot of benefits in the future, and also in free in-game assets upon launch. So it will act as a kickstart pack, let's say, and it will also give you access to the alpha and beta. So now the alpha test will be just off chain, and then the actually beta will be deployed on testnet, because the alpha is just for the game mechanics, and the beta is just more whole ecosystem, whole GameFi ecosystem. But the OG Hero badges will give you access to both, plus a lot of more benefits.
Good.
And thank you for having me, Will, again.
Yeah, my pleasure. And for the badge you mentioned, what time is it? May I ask? Like when is the sale begin or the minting begin?
Oh yeah, we still have to announce the precise time and date,
Okay.
but the collection is ready to launch. So yeah, we will probably announce it in a few days, or we will see, because we actually say that also in the demo show video that it will go live after the live stream of today.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, not go live. It will be announced the minting date after the live stream of today. But yeah,
Awesome.
I
Awesome.
cannot tell you the exact date yet.
Yeah, I understand. Thank you for that. Very good. Now, since everybody has finished their final words, now I will take it over. Before we doing our last giveaway, I just want to mention that the community voting is very important for the KCC, as we are a community-driven project, and we value the decision that made by the community. So that's where we have this voting process, right? And for the coming week, we will have another demo show as well, and there will be a voting sessions that I do encourage you guys to hold some KCS to vote. And if you don't have any KCS right now, you probably better to start hold some so that you can vote. And also, if you participate in those voting, we will start to giving out airdrops to people who actually participate, right? And by the end of the contest, if you ever participate the voting session or vote for the contest members, we will issue a special pop. So if you don't know about pop is a special version of NFT. It's not tradable, but it marks some of the things that you have been participate for a certain project. So we will issue a special pop for each participant, and by having that pop, it will grant you future benefits. I cannot announce that right now for the detail, but you know what I'm talking about. So make sure you vote for the project next time and bring some of your friend as well to get the pop. Okay. Lastly, congratulations to all the winners today. And I will actually do the final draft. So for our final phrase, it's gonna be KCC unicorn, always unicorn. Okay, KCC unicorn, always unicorn. Please type that in the chat right now, and I will count down 3, 2, 1. Okay, let me see the chat flow. Awesome, I see a lot of message right now. 3, 2, 1, and stop. Yeah, I think we got it. Lastly, congrats to all the winners. We will release the winner list later on in our Telegram community. So please join our Telegram community to get the winner list. And lastly, I think I want to thank all the uh, amazing speakers for sharing their information. By the way, I just uh, got the information that we will not issue any pops, but for participants for the voting sessions, you will get airdrop, and we will do multiple rounds of raffles. Okay, during the voting session. So there's no pop up, other benefits. Yeah. Lastly, thank you all being here today. It was an amazing experience. Thank you, Chris. Um, Thank you, Chris, Leon, and Gilgamesh for sharing, and hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Will, for having me.
Bye.